Thank you for joining us for our story today. And in keeping with our back to school theme of stories about reminders about how we should treat one another and bullying and being kind to one another, here is another story on that theme that I always read at the beginning of the school year, and it's called Leave Me Alone, a tale of what happens when you stand up to a bully. And hopefully stories like this will perhaps be a cause for conversation in your home and talk about any experiences your child might have had and not told you about or had observed happening at school. And it's always a good time to sit down and chat with kids and see what's happening in their world at school. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the fly. I saw you looking miserable and couldn't pass you by. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the frog. You're looking so downhearted. I had to leave my log. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the robin. Pardon me for asking, but did I hear you sobbing? We talk about body posture and facial expressions that show that someone is not happy and sitting by yourself. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the cat. Your sadness makes my whiskers wilt. I think we need to chat. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the rabbit. Helping people who need help has always been a habit. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the cow. I'd like to cheer you up as well, but need to find out how. Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the magpie. I see that you're unhappy. What I need to see is why. So what I like to point out here in the story is that, isn't it great that the child's friends, all these animals in the story, have not walked away when the child said to leave me alone, but they're being rather persistent on wanting to know what's wrong. How can we help you? Leave me alone, I said. Sorry, said the pig, but problems should be talked about, especially if they're big. Leave me alone, I said. They're far too big for you. They're far too big for anyone. There's nothing you can do. So obviously, this child feels like things are hopeless, but hopefully his friends will find a way to help. What a powerful image. My problem is a giant so big he blocks the sun, who teases me and bullies me every day for fun. A giant full of nasty words, a giant huge and strong, who casts a shadow over me as dark as it is long. So look how small they are with their shadows, and the child feels this is how big the shadow is that's cast over him. There's nothing you can do for me. There's nothing you can say. Oh no, the ground is shaking. He's heading right this way. Leave him alone, they said, the rabbit and the fly, the cow, the frog, the pig, the cat, the robin, and the magpie. So have they joined their voices together to make them stronger and louder? Now that is friends standing up for each other. I shut my eyes and then opened them. Not one voice, 2 or 3, but 8 loud voices all at once were standing up for me. Tall as mighty tree trunks, brave as brave can be, My friend stood tall and strong and firm and faced my enemy. The giant stopped and stared at us, not knowing what to say. He sneered and snarled and frowned a lot. And then he walked away. He took his dark, dark shadow and he stomped across the hill. So, joining voices, standing up for each other, did that win out the day? Ah, look at that smile. I never saw him after that, and I know I never will. And that's the end of our story. So there's a good lesson to be learned in this story, Leave Me Alone, that when we have a problem with another child, it feels so impossible to try and solve it by yourself. It seems too huge a problem to try and deal with by yourself, and you feel like there's no solution. But the persistence of this child's friends helped him to overcome that problem. They stood together, they raised their voices, and that bully realized he was no match for all of those friends working together. They didn't need to be mean. They didn't need to do anything hurtful. They just spoke out that what was happening was wrong. Leave him alone. So remember this when you see someone in the playground all by themselves. Perhaps take a minute to stop and ask, what's wrong? Is there something I can do to help you? Because sometimes it's too hard to ask for help because you feel like nothing good can come from it. But if we're persistent and we are good friends, perhaps we can help someone to have a better day and overcome a problem that seems impossible to solve. So for this activity today, maybe you'd like to get out a piece of paper and write about a time that you saw someone sitting alone in the playground. And what did you do when you saw that child? Did you just pass them by? And now you're thinking there's something I could have done differently? And maybe what would that something be? Or maybe you did stop when you saw that child looking unhappy all by themselves in the playground, and you could write and draw a picture of how and what you said and what you did to help that child have a better day. What kind of friend were you to them? Have a great day. Keep reading great books. Keep smiling. Keep breathing. Have a great day, everyone.